If you think that you're bad at crochet, watch this video. Please, like, please. If you know nothing about me, just know that I crochet. I crochet. I literally have an entire wall of yarn behind me right now. I have kiwis that I made. I vend at art shows. I've currently, from the whole month of like January, I've made over $1,000 from my crochet business alone. And I just started, And I think unlike most crochet artists, I have the first crochet pieces I ever made. I didn't even know what to make. I just went to Michael's, I grabbed yarn. I didn't even know what to make. I went to Michael's, I grabbed yarn. I got the plush kind, which was Burnout blanket, which is now I have an entire collection of it behind me right now. I got Burnout blanket. I saw that it needed an 8mm hook. I grabbed an 8mm hook. I knew the very, very extreme basics. I didn't have a yarn needle. Knew the very extreme basics, and I went home and I looked up tutorials, and one of the ones I found was the Loaf Cat tutorial by Annie Carey. I made multiple of these Loaf Cats now. Here are some quick examples of the Loaf Cats that I have made that I've already sold. They're great. I love the Loaf Cats. Ready to see my first one? This is the first Loaf Cat that I made. Its ears are completely different. I guess I technically did the back loops right, but I think I missed some. I didn't know how color changes worked. I had no idea how color changes worked. I accidentally did 2 May rounds here, which I don't even know how it's possible, but I did 2 May rounds here, and the feet are a little bit backwards. And I also didn't know how to do a bobble stitch. I didn't even know what bobble stitch was, so I think these ones turned out good, but my first one did not. Little peg leg. And there's an odd gap. If your first crochet project looks anything like this, that is completely normal. And actually, looking back, because I've taught other people how to crochet, I need to give myself a benefit of the doubt. This was actually a pretty good first attempt. Pretty good first attempt for someone that didn't know what they were doing. This is what your first attempt might look like. Let's take even one step further. Let's look at the first ever pattern I designed, which was right after I did this. Don't judge the different colors. I did not have a lot of brown to use, therefore I made the limbs using pink because I ran out of brown. This was the first ever pattern I designed. I never released it because, well, you know, I didn't know how to sew the arms on. So they're very, very floppy. Not very securely attached. I think I have like 2 stitches here. It was not stitched into the body, which is what I would do now, considering the placement. But I just sewed it in. For a first attempt, it's pretty great. But I will say, after I made this, I wanted to give up. I wanted to give up and never try to crochet ever again. I looked at other crochet artists, I looked at other people, and I just assumed I would never get better because I thought this was the best I could ever do. I thought this was the best I could ever do and that I would never improve. And this is just what my amigurumi looked like. And I didn't like that. And I thought, you know what? This is a hobby I tried and I should give up. How about we look at all the things that wouldn't exist if I stopped here? Before giving up, you should try other patterns. Here's a free kiwi pattern on Instagram that really boosted my confidence because this is really stinking cute. It's an adorable kiwi. I even tackled loaf animals again. I tackled a loaf dog. Look at how fat and cute it is, and look at how improved every part of it is. The ears are normal on this one, the snout's normal, the feet bobbles are normal, my tail's gotten better. Even go simple, the basic chicken, which I then learned how to make them weighted. A basic chicken. So stinking cute. I'll do you one even better free Instagram pattern. A little seal. Even my categories. Not only did I learn my single crochets and how to do half double crochets, double crochets, triple crochets, I ended up with something really cute that I also made fairly fast. Confidence boost. It even led me to realizing that I could do the more difficult patterns, such as the side duck. Also free. I think I got this pattern off of Ribbler. Like, what? I went through a hot moment where I just accepted that I would purely follow other people's patterns because I did find success. As I kept learning and trying, I just got better and better. I'm not saying practice makes perfect. Practice makes progress. You get better the more you do something, and you just get rewarded by the cutest little things. This is adorable. But I remember really wanting to make something that I could fully call my own. And I did. The first pattern I officially made and released was my chunky opossum. And this guy is still my absolute favorite to this day. His pattern has not taken off at all, which is completely valid, but it proved to myself that I could write a pattern that people could read and enjoy and make something really stinking cute. And I wonder if I have his prototype. I do. Now, I'm not gonna come on here and say that I did an amazing the first time and everything was great. No, this took a lot of effort. This took a lot of trial. This took a lot of error. In fact, the first thing I wanted to make was a dragon. And I was like, I don't know how to figure that out. I'm gonna make an opossum. Here's the opossum that I made, fully designed by me, that you can get the pattern on Etsy right now. I'm not saying the first time was great, because I actually have the prototype of this guy, and it looks like this. It's okay if you are also now morphing into pattern designing and your first pattern design looks really bad. Because it can look from this, you know, like they say, make it exist first and make it perfect later. Key example, and this actually gave me a lot of confidence, because when I first made this, I'm like, wow, I suck. I should give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. I was so inspired by this chunky little guy that I immediately then made a pig, which I really, really love. And if you love this little pig, I have a whole free tutorial on my YouTube channel on how to make him. Like, literally, come on, it's great. I made these two patterns and then I stopped for a little bit because this guy didn't have a lot of success, and then this guy, even the video, did not have a lot of success when I first released it, so I thought, well, maybe no one likes what I make. But sometimes the best thing that you can do is just make something for yourself, and that's exactly what I did for 2026. Instead of doing a temperature blanket, I decided to design an amigurumi plush that had in the body a round for every week in the new year. And I made a goose. I made a giant goose. This was purely for me, and I posted it, and it got 55,000 views on Instagram. And for me, that's a lot. I don't have the numbers on me right now, but I'll put it up here if you're curious to see them. But this is my best selling pattern. He then inspired me to make this baby goose pattern. I call it my dewdrop goose, and it's adorable, and I love them. They're so cute. I've made so many things that I can't even hold them properly. I'm trying. Can you imagine if I gave up? I wouldn't be able to do this. I wouldn't be able to surround myself with all of the amazing things that I made. I wouldn't have my prototype opossum butt in my face right now if I gave up. There are going to be many times when you're crocheting that you realize that your tension is difficult to manage. That gets better. You're going to learn how to hold it properly. Every person has their own way of holding a crochet hook, and everyone has their own way of tension. It's like its own language. You're going to struggle with overstuffing or understuffing, and that's okay. You get better with time. You're going to make something that has a really weird shape. Try to make it again. That weird shape might go away. Believe it or not, this was the same stitch round. You might need to use different yarn. It's okay. And again, you're allowed to have a very, very ugly first attempt. It's okay. You get better with time. I want to say the one piece of advice I would give myself is to not give up. But I didn't give up. I kept going, and I reached 1K from my crochet business, and I think anyone can. Because if I can do it, you definitely can. And if you think I should recreate this teddy bear now and make a pattern for him, let me know. Might be good to visit memory lane again. Okay. Love you guys. Bye.